Welcome, welcome.
Easy there, nerd. We are here with JC's daddy Sal. He's ready to showcase his deck list for Katakuri after placing first place at the store Treasure Cup, but knowing that you're a top player already, just skip to the end for the list. Now back to it.
He's one of my all-time favorite leaders, and you got the win today.
I did not expect it, I'll be honest with you. I stopped playing One Piece for around a month and a half locally. Honestly, this is the deck that I had built. I adjusted it with a couple of things here and there, but ultimately, I didn't think I would do this amazing. I'm glad I did, but luck was definitely on my side.
You're getting me hyped, man. I really want this deck to come back, so let's get into it, all right?
All right.
Let's see. Let's take a look at your deck.
Starting off, you know how we all do the Katakuri train.
All right, the 2K counters.
My regular 2K counters, the Strucin, the Beige, and the Amande. Mm-hmm. I've noticed some people just decide to not run Strucin anymore. They were subbing it out for another card. I don't remember. It's a card I don't have, but I'm guessing 2Ks is 2K.
Yes.
Doesn't matter what it is.
And it gets you the counter for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, honestly, it's gonna sound a little boring. I apologize, but we're running the regular package. You know, four puddings, 4 onamis.
Okay.
Honestly, weirdly enough, onami didn't see play this entire tournament.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Lucky for my opponents, unlucky for me at times, but ultimately, man, I got lucky. I can't say anything more.
The casino kata was on your side.
Yes, it was. Playing Cracker, I got a little comments from my opponents. It's like, why Cracker? I needed something else to apply some pressure to my opponent early on if I triggered it off of life, or if I decided to pay it for 4, if I had this, or if I had a Kikujono in hand.
Yeah.
I decided to go for this one. It applies more pressure because people are worried about that double attack.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays in these metas.
Oh, of course,
people wanna reserve their life as fast as they can.
Especially at moments, this becomes a great beta. Like,
Yes.
just to like bait out like cards just early on, like get rid of Gordons. Like if you're playing Red Purple Law, get them to pop it for no reason, and you just want that to be the main target over any other card. No, yeah, it's a great like situation card like that.
Yeah, it did draw a lot of attention on it.
Oh, yeah.
It did get a lot of attention on it, so that was a plus. I'm running 3 Gadatsus.
3 Gadatsus, all right.
I had it at 4 at one point, but I needed space for some other things. Another Cracker.
Fair.
I played it only at the last round. I was able to clear out a couple of my opponent's stronger cards. I cleared a Lucci because you summoned it early.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he's at 4. Perfect next turn play.
Awesome.
Again, we have our 4 Perosperos.
All right.
Not much I can say about that.
Yeah, Paraspero is for sure the biggest staple in this one as well.
Yeah. And 3 Kikunojos.
3 Kikunojos, all right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, none triggered from life.
No triggers from
triggered from life. There was a turn where I did play one, and again, it dissuaded my opponents who were playing Lucci to go after her.
Yeah.
Just because they didn't want to give me that extra life.
Fair.
So she was also a good bait out to go for other things.
No, yeah.
A misdirect.
Yeah.
A red herring, if you will.
Fair.
I do have my typical
7-drop mama.
7-drop mom and my 4-drop 10-drop mom.
There we go. Look at that. Yeah, you can't run Katakuri without the mama.
No. I do have one of the
Ace. All right.
I was at a point where I would have been able to summon it because it was my second round. My opponent was just burning through a lot of his resources.
Yeah.
He had no blockers on the field.
Ooh.
But I was at high life, so I wanted to take some life. I wanted to do gain his rush ability, so I went. I'm not going to be. He was generous because he kept on healing me from the 7-drop moms, and I was at 6 life.
Yeah.
I was at 6 life. I drew him the the turn prior.
Yeah.
And he just started swinging at me. I'm like, yeah, I'll take. I'll go to 5. I'll go to 1. That way I can get him off. But as soon as I started seeing his board presence, he didn't summon a blocker.
Ooh.
He didn't summon Sabos. He didn't summon Rebecca. So at this point, I'm like, you're at 0 life. I'll hold on to him as a just in case.
Yeah.
And now we're going on to the
zero cost?
Zero cost. I run 2 of them. Just because it's a 0 cost.
Yeah, you can run into a bunch of like dead cards in your hand. Might as well use it. And it's a great trigger. At the end of the day, it's a great trigger.
If I see it at the end of life. I'm running 2 Amarus.
2 Amaros, perfect.
Just because I was running 4. I dropped it down to 2 just to make room for 2 of this.
Okay.
I wasn't running these ones before, but I figured a lot of people started just because a lot of dead cards from time to time. I can have Parasparrows in hand, a 7-drop mom when it no longer matters when my opponent's at 0. I can just ditch them easy. Yeah. And I don't want to say it's my spice, honestly, but I'm running 3 Blade Slice.
Blade Slice. Ooh, yeah, that's a new card for me. When I saw you playing that against another opponent, and I'm like, okay, why would he have that? And it, boom, last round, it triggers, rests the Rebecca,
it does.
And it pretty much got you the game easily.
I like the fact that I can run in both main and counter.
Okay.
It's running a counter. It's 1,000 plus on my leader for the turn.
Okay. Oh, so it remains with the. So you'd be at 6.
It's no longer it's not for the duration of the battle. It's for the duration of the turn.
Ooh, okay.
And if my opponent's at 1, this goes off of my opponent's life.
Ooh.
If my opponent's is at 1, I get to rest their 4 cost. One of their 4 costs. It's very, very helpful if I'm up against Red Purple Law and they're swarming the boards, as they do.
Yeah.
Kid Killers, Zoros. And if I have them at 1, when they want to come in swinging with full force, and if I have the Dawn open and I have these in hand, it's very nice resting some of their Kid Killers.
Yeah.
Dissuading them from keeping on attacks. They want to keep going, I got another one.
Yeah.
You know if I got another one or not? But very good for blockers as well. 4 cost blockers. It got me the game last round. Very lucky, hit off for life.
Very, very lucky, for sure.
Yeah.
Kata Casino situation, it's a run for sure.
Hey man, I like gambling, and this is cheaper.
Fair. But yeah, now that we saw your deck list and everything, what was your first round on today's tournament?
So my first round was up against, honestly, Lucci's.
Lucci? Oh.
Lucci's. I played almost nothing but Lucci's today. It's my first round opponent. I want to say he gave me a handicap because he was very nervous.
Okay.
He was very nervous. I feel like I got that handicap because he was very nervous. He did unfortunately, he did a couple of misplays that ultimately won me the game at the end. Overall, he was a good player. I think the nerves just beat him.
I think just Katakuri having all those triggers in life, we're already expecting it. I don't want to swing at you. I need to get you down to that life, but I'm expecting a trigger. I could see some of that nervous building up and everything.
I feel like nobody saw Katakuri coming.
Yeah, no one. I've been waiting for set 8 just so I can start playing it, and then boom, you make an appearance with it. It's such a crazy situation.
There's a reason they call it Katakuri Casino. If it luck's on your side, you get it.
On your side, you get it.
Second round was another Lucci.
Another Lucci?
Yes.
Whoa.
Another Lucci. That one, my opponent played it a lot more reserved. He didn't go wide. He went. He didn't do any wasted movement.
Yeah.
He didn't waste his Dawn on things that he didn't need to waste his Dawn on. There were times where he was able to sack out 2 of my Charlotte Linlins just because he summoned an E-Show the turn prior. I could not get rid of it. Yeah. And the minusing of Enos Lobby and a bunch of other cards, he was able to wipe out 2 Linlins, 2 of my 7-drops from field.
Yeah.
So he had more experience with the deck. But he was the one who allowed me to get a lot of life. So he was being generous. I don't think he wanted to risk going low so fast.
Fair.
Just because sometimes you run into the big drops, and depending on Lucci, if you don't have the removal for it, you don't have the removal for it.
True.
So there was that one. Ultimately, I 10 drop. 10 drop took it for me.
10 drops for sure get you. And then what about that last round? It was a Lucci, right?
Last round was another Lucci.
Back to Luccis, and yet you still
Lucci's
went all out.
The last one, I want to say he was more skilled with the deck.
Yeah.
He was a whole lot more skilled than my previous two opponents. He's very mathematically inclined. Like, he will math out his moves prior to doing his moves.
Yeah.
So that one, I was a little nervous because I have played him from time to time in the past, and there has been times where he just completely destroys me with other decks. So I kind of had that nervousness from previous matchups against him. So I was a little nervous, but ultimately, man, I keep repeating it, but luck was on my side. Katakuri Casino, man.
Kata Casino for sure. Casino, Kata, everything. Yeah, it's one of the best decks out there. I'm excited for it to be like making a comeback now that Red Purple Law is being completely banned. But are you expected to like keep running Katakuri in the upcoming sets, or was this like a let's try it out?
I'll be honest with you. First, it was a let's try it out because my other decks that I have built didn't touch them. Don't know how to play them properly.
Yeah.
My brain isn't big enough for Taxi Luffy, and I was running I have a Red Purple Law only at 50% power, so I'm like, this is my 100% completed deck. I'm excited for the new support that it's getting with the Big Mom starter decks.
Oh yes.
Sorry, the Katakuri starter decks.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Just all the shenanigans. It's gonna be nice.
It's more gambling we're doing. All right?
Yes.
More gambling.
And it's not as expensive.
It's not as expensive. I mean, in a sense.
Think about it, all right? $20 for 2 decks, you get everything you need. Versus potential $200 at the casino. I'm good.
Fair. Well, awesome. Thank you very much, Sal. Any shout-outs that you want to do for this?
Haru, my last round opponent. Very good. You make my brain hurt, man. Very, very amazing player. I'm sorry, my luck was on my side. Brawler Games as well.
Appreciate it.
You guys do amazing work. You guys like covering up all these stuff. You're putting Utah on the map, essentially.
We're trying for sure.
It starts off with this, man.
Appreciate
it with the work that you guys do.
All right, thank you very much, Sal. It was a pleasure. All right.
Thank you, man.
Bye.
Bye.